And welcome back into Massari Arena here at CSU Pueblo. Kerry Sherman with you here on ColoradoPreps.tv. It is our final 1A game of the day between the three regions. We've already brought you 15 of the 16 contests. Our last one is the fourth meeting of the year between the Wiley Lady Panthers and the McClave Lady Cards. Wiley has won the first three. They took the first meeting on December 6th by a score of 46-38. Backed that up by defeating McClave 33-23 on the 15th of December. That was the championship of the Lamar Holiday Tournament. And then just a few weeks back on the 21st of February, it was a 38-21 victory for Wiley. When you look at McClave, you see a record of 12-11. Doesn't look all that impressive. But then you look a little deeper and realize only 2 losses to teams who did not play today. That means everybody else they lost to made a regional final. That begins to shine a little more light on things. They played a very tough schedule. I mean, losses to Los Animas. Again, the 3 here to Wiley. Lost to Kit Carson, who just did lose to Kim. Lost to Kim in a very tight one. A couple of losses to Eads. You just go down it. They're a lot better than their record. Wiley, they lost a close one to Kim, and then remember how they take a look at their schedule as well here. While they go through the reserves for both teams. It was let's see here. Back-to-back losses for Wiley on one weekend there right after Thanksgiving. Lost a 1-point contest to Springfield and then lost by 5 at Kim. Bounced back and got Kim by 5 last week for the district championship. To get here today, McClave had to take out Levita 44-38 last night here at CSU Pueblo. So we're excited. We know at this time of year, anything can happen. Get the starting lineups now. First for the visitors in red, the McClave Lady Cards. Their head coach, Kylie Randall. Number 10, Tacey Canfield, a 5'5 freshman. Number 12, Kami Idler, a 5'6 senior. Number 20, a 5'10 senior, Tasha Sniff. Number 23, Sarah Turner, she's a 5'11 senior. And number 32, Peyton Martin, a 5'6 sophomore. For the Wiley Lady Panthers, under the direction of head coach Brian Dunning, we've already seen him once tonight as he led the Panthers in the first contest of the day against Grenada. Came up 7 points short, hoping to reverse his luck here. They go with number 10, Kim States, a 5'4 senior. Number 11, Terry Johnson, a 5'10 senior. Number 15, Sabra Purdue, a 5'6 senior. Number 24, Maggie Schneider, a 5'7 senior. And number 35, Beth McDougall, a senior. Only 4 non-seniors on this roster for Wiley. They know what the state tournament's all about. They want to get back there knowing that the field wide open. It's already into the tournament are Stratton, Norwood, Eads, Kim, Caliche, Idalia, and Bellevue Christian. Wiley in their white with the blue trims. They'll go from left to right on your video screen here in the first half. Johnson wins the tip. And the Lady Panthers have the ball first. Purdue goes into the far corner for Johnson. Into the post up for Snyder. And it's tipped out of bounds by McClave. Purdue firing it up top for Johnson, going far side for States. Want to keep States and Johnson off the baseline as they are very proficient at the baseline jumpers. Johnson into the near corner for Purdue. Sabra with the ball over her head goes up top. States. States starts a drive, kick it back out for Purdue. She'll drive into the paint, kick across Johnson. Up top, States kicking back over to Johnson on the far wing. Working against this aggressive defense. States, or rather Johnson, steps back and knocks in a long two. That opens our scoring. And the Lady Cards come down on offense for the first time. Idler looking inside, coming across for Sniff into the corner. Parker puts it on the floor, or Turner rather, and misses the jumper. Purdue bringing it back the other way. She'll go far corner for Johnson. Oops. Skip it near corner for States. Deflected by Idler off of the fingers of States, and it's a turnover to McClave. 6:42 left in the opening quarter. If you haven't got your basketball fix on this weekend, and today especially, make sure you log on to chassa.tv next week. That shot blocked, and Lady Panthers coming back. All 5 classifications can be found on chassa.tv next week. Foul inside called against McClave. Actually, they'll call it offensive, a foul on Beth McDougall, fighting for position inside. Idler will take her time walking it down the far side. Coming near side for Sniff. Down into the corner. Turner has it knocked loose. It's out of bounds off of Sarah Turner. Purdue across the timeline in the middle of the floor, coming near side. Johnson to States at the free throw line. Coming back to Johnson on the near wing. Skip one far side, Purdue. 17-footer, good, and the foul. And that one called on Tacey Canfield. Her first, as Sabra Purdue heads to the free throw line for the and one. It's good. It's a 5-0 start for the Lady Panthers. And Idler taking her time, bringing it down the far side, comes back to the middle. Flashing to the corner. Turner, baseline drive, up, won't fall. And the rebound on the floor. Schneider and Turner on the deck fighting for it. Possession arrow gives it to McClave. 5:35 to play. Opening quarter. Martin off the inbounds, quick release three. Won't stay down. McDougall rebounds it for Wiley. States will bring it up now. Gets the call from the coach on the sideline, Brian Dunning. She'll hit it far side for Johnson. Johnson up top for Purdue. Going back far side for Johnson. States up top, looked at the 17-footer, stepped in, kick it across for Purdue. Starts the baseline drive. Draws the double, kick it off for McDougall. Puts one off glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Canfield. She wants to run, slows it down, goes far side for Idler. 3 minutes played. McClave scoreless. They only trail by 5. Sniff starts a drive, kick it across. Idler spots up for 3. No good. McDougall pulls down the board for the Lady Panthers. They'll put the ball in the hands of Sabra Purdue as she comes across midcourt. Coming near corner for Johnson. Back to the free throw line. Schneider puts up the 15-footer with the left. No good. A tie up. Second time Maggie Schneider and Sarah Turner have tied one up. This time the arrow goes over to Wiley. Subs in for McClave, number 11, Jacqueline Parker, and number 22, Sarah Zamora come in. States finds Schneider on the far side on the inbounds. Peels it up to Johnson, into States in the corner. Dribbles into the paint, and she is grabbed going up. That is the second on Tacey Canfield. Just grabbed the right arm at about the elbow. So Kim States at the free throw line. First of two will not go home. Idler will come back in place of Canfield. Senior replacing a freshman, both starters. States 0 for 2. It's an offensive rebound for McDougal. States skips it for Johnson. Inside for Schneider. Rail it back out for States. Pumps the three, kicks it into the corner for Johnson. Johnson starts the drive off the screen. Comes near corner Purdue. Feed it inside. McDougal misses the three-footer, and Zamora on the far side with the rebound for McClave. Midway through the period, still just a 5-0 score. Open look, a 2 for Parker. Offensive rebound, Idler. She'll make her way to the free throw line. That one whistled against Terry Johnson. See if Idler can break the lid here with 3:51 left in the first. And back iron, too strong. Second one is good, and the Lady Cards on the board, 5-1. Just past the midpoint of the opening quarter. Go far side for States. States looking to the free throw line, McDougal. She'll skip it in the far corner for Purdue. Purdue able to walk the tightrope. States flipping it near side. Johnson cut off on her drive. Kick it back up top. States steps into the keyhole and gives it off to Johnson. Johnson starts the drive to the baseline. Cut off. Flip it up top for Purdue. McDougal wants the over the top. Instead, it'll be a skip corner to corner. States three, no good. Johnson keeps it alive, but Martin comes down with the rebound for McClave. She'll go all the way to the rebound or to the rim, misses the layup. States with the rebound. Purdue brings it across. 3 minutes to play. The opening period. States looking inside, finds Purdue instead in the corner. Back up top to States. States drive, kick. Johnson, three. No good. Short. She tracks down her own miss. Kicks it up top for Sabre Purdue. Feed inside. McDougal. Shot won't go, but she'll head to the free throw line. Nice find by Sabre Purdue. Tasha Sniff with the first personal foul. Third on the team. Sends Beth McDougal to the free throw line. Comes up short on her first attempt. Turner replaces Zamora in the McClave lineup. She'll take one of the low rebounding spots on the blocks. Second one for McDougal. No good. And rebounded by Sniff. And then Martin travels with it. Wiley just 1 out of 5 from the free throw line. It was the and one free throw by Sabre Purdue. Go far corner for Johnson. Skip it for Purdue. Kick it up top States. States will drive. Stop at the 13-foot mark. Kick it off to Johnson. Johnson from the elbow giving it off to Purdue. Purdue will drive. Drop one across for Schneider. Out to Johnson. She drives, loses it, travels with it. Take a quick look at our friends up in Sterling during the 2A Region 2 Girls Championship. Ben Bleck and Jacob Reyes. Right now, Akron in the second quarter leading Lyman 21-3. Akron boys knocked off by Resurrection Christian earlier tonight. Martin gives it off to Turner. Turner will drive baseline. Nope, spill it back out. Feed it inside. Wanted sniff. Pass was off the mark. States will push to the near side. Goes up top to Purdue. Into the far corner for Johnson. Out of bounds off of Martin. And the Lady Panthers will go to the bench, bring in Amber Torres, number 45, and number 22, Bailey Dodson. Purdue has it. She'll come near side for States. Torres wants it on the block. She'll step out and set the ball screen. Screen and roll. Instead, pass down into the short corner for Purdue. Take it back out to States. Down to 1:20 in the quarter. Torres loses it. Goes out to Dodson in the corner. Skip pass. And Idler comes away with the steal. It's a one-on-one. Crossing over. Double dribble. Still just the lone free throw on the board for McClave. And Coach Randall will hustle a sub in, number 13, Brianna Simons. Both coaches trying to shake up their lineups a little bit with some subs, see if they can't get some offensive flow going. Torres sets the ball screen, gets it. Well, States wanted to give it back to Torres, but threw it a little too tall and into the McClave cheerleaders. They'll say it was deflected. That's why it was too tall. So Wiley will inbound. Purdue at the trigger. Gets it into Dodson. Looking inside, under 1 minute to play. Actually under 50 seconds to play. It's a steal for Peyton Martin. No number, so she'll pull it back and give it off to Idler. Idler skip pass for Turner. She'll try the three and buy it. First field goal of the quarter for the Lady Cards. Cuts it to a 1-point game. 5-4, 30 seconds to play. Wiley on offense. Dodson on the near wing. Torres steps out to set the screen. Instead, skip pass. Far side, Purdue inside for Johnson. Johnson fouled going up. Whistle against Sarah Turner, her first. Terry Johnson to the foul line for 2. Again, the team just 1 out of 5 here in the quarter from the free throw line. They get 1 out of 6 as Johnson comes up short. Got the 4th team foul against McClave, all of them on the shot. Not how you want to waste your first 6 fouls of the contest, is putting people at the free throw line. The way Wiley's shooting free throws right now, 1 out of 7, but it'll go out of bounds off of McClave. Purdue looking inside, finds Torres. Torres is grabbed by Turner. That'll be her second. However, the first time that Wiley has to inbound after a foul. Turner checks out. Hillary Perales comes in. 2 Lady Cards on the bench with 2 fouls apiece. Dodson starts the drive to the baseline, flips one up to Johnson. Johnson turnaround from the low block is good. Showing versatility, not just a baseline perimeter player stepping in, and a double dribble called on Idler with 2.3 seconds to play. Johnson having the ability to play inside or outside. Coaches love versatility like that. States will hoist one up from behind midcourt. Backboard, but that's all. We're done with the first quarter. Wiley in front, 7-4 over McClave. Back in 1 minute. As we get ready to start the second quarter, get word from back home that our stay here in Pueblo may be extended as a lot of the roads in northeast Colorado being shut down because of the snow. McClave ball trailing by 3 as we start this quarter, 7-4. Wiley in front. Canfield back in with the 2 personal fouls. Her pass nearly stolen by States. Martin steps in. 17-footer no good. 3 Lady Cards fight each other for the rebound, and the tie-up gives it over to Wiley. Wiley back to the starting lineup. Looks like the same, nope, not quite the same for McClave. Perala's in there in place of Sniff. Skip pass for Purdue. Gives it back near side. Johnson dropping it into the corner for States. States back up top. And Purdue trying to whip one back inside for McDougal. Tipped out of bounds by one of the McClave players. States gets it into Johnson, drops one over for McDougal. McDougal powers one up, no good. Offensive rebound. She's tied up by Hillary Perales, and the arrow gives it back over to McClave. Just over 45 seconds played here, second quarter. And this is our final 1A contest in the regional round. Ball lost back into the backcourt, and it's a steal for Johnson, a foul on Idler. Cammie Idler, first foul, 6th on the team. Next one will send Wiley to the line for 1-1. Maggie Schneider with the ball overhead, starts the drive, drop inside. McDougal, bottom of the backboard, rebound pulled down by Johnson. Couldn't get the follow to go either, and it's Peyton Martin wheeling out of there for McClave. She'll kick it off to Canfield. Canfield into the near corner. Turner tries another 3, and our first wedgie of the tournament. And the Wiley boys who are sitting behind the McClave cheerleaders celebrate as if don't even know how that was about the most excitement you'll ever see for a ball getting wedged between the rim and the backboard. Possession arrow gives it over to Wiley. No score, 90 seconds in. Still at that 7-4. We finished the first. Sabre Purdue, 17-footer, far baseline, drops it. So much for being scoreless in this quarter. Second time Sabre has knocked one down, 1-3-1 zone by Wiley. Look for the cross angles, and Idler trying to drive baseline has it deflected out of bounds. Shifting down into the 2-3 on the inbounds. Martin, quick release, long 2, no good. Rebound for McDougal. Gives it off to Purdue, and Purdue will slow it down after getting the instruction from Coach Dunning. States whipping it into the far corner. Johnson skip past Snyder. Looking inside, instead into the corner for Purdue. Up top, Johnson, 17-footer, will roll its way home. Her third field goal, pushing up to a 7-point lead. It's the largest of the contest so far for the Lady Panthers. Martin gives it off to Idler. Idler has it knocked loose. It's a steal, and States gives it off to Johnson. Back to States on the bounce pass. Lost it inside. Goes right to Johnson. Puts one off glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by Idler. Cammie Idler looking to push down the near side or far side. Gives it off to Martin. Martin all the way to the baseline. Floats one up and in. A 30-second timeout, I believe, called by McClave. Maybe time for a defensive change off of the made basket. 11-6 the count. We've already gone over 1A state qualifiers. Let's take a look at the 2A teams who have punched their ticket here to Pueblo next week. Sangre de Cristo over ECA 66-65 to win Region 1. Akron currently over Lyman Big in the first half. That in Region 2. Region 3, Ignacio defeats Paonia 53-49. In Region 4, Lutheran over Rangeley by 30, 73-43. Region 5 goes to Semla 55-31 over Meeker. In Region 6, Peyton over Los Animas 64-52. Region 7 tomorrow at Frederick High School, Highland and Yuma. And in Region 8, Vanguard took out Holyoke 51-39. States open on the baseline, puts one up and in from 15 feet. Her first points of the evening. Back up to the 7-point lead. Still working against that morphing 1-3-1. Martin, quick release of a three, off the side iron and out of bounds. Purdue will handle, bringing it down the floor. Fake coming to the near side, instead goes back to the far side for States. Idler got a hand in the passing lane but couldn't corral it. It'll stay with the Lady Panthers. 4:20 on the clock. That's the time remaining in the first half. Far side, Johnson with the ball overhead finds States. That's a shot from behind the backboard. Still nearly got it to go. Perales with a rebound and a travel by Canfield. She turned and found States right there. Give it back to Wiley. Kick it into Schneider. Into the far corner. States. She'll have to dribble out of there. Comes up top with it. Defended by Idler. Goes back to Purdue on the far side. And Purdue dribbles it to the top. Hitting it near side for Schneider. Looking inside. Instead finds States on the short corner. Back to Schneider. Skip it across Purdue. Looking inside for McDougal. Still not there. Johnson tries a 17-footer on the far baseline. And a rebound foul on McDougal will be her second. That is the third team foul against Wiley. Two of them on McDougal. McDougal checks out, and Amber Torres will take the middle of that 1-3-1 zone. Sarah Zamora came back in along with Tasha Sniff. Martin has it on the far side, dribbling, dropping it into the corner. Zamora, three from the corner is good. That should make it 13-9. They put the points on the wrong side here in the arena. Purdue gives it off to States. 16-footer straight away. Kicks out and out of bounds off of Maggie Schneider. They are really struggling to set things here. They finally get it adjusted. 13-9. Martin will take it down the far side. And it looks like Wiley has decided to go man. Float one inside. Perales, she is fouled by Maggie Schneider.
Number 24, Maggie Schneider.
Her first, team's fourth. Zamora firing it into the near corner for Canfield. She'll dribble it out, come back into the corner for Zamora. Back out to Canfield, starts a drive, has it knocked loose. States with the steal. Canfield to beat. Canfield cuts her off. States puts one from 6 feet and knocks it down for her second field goal. Puts it back to a 6-point edge. Here as we go under 2.5 to play in the first half. Martin on the far side, dropping it into the corner for Zamora. Guarded by Johnson. Dribbles out, kicks it up to Martin. Martin with States on her. Comes near side for Canfield. Canfield will try to drive the middle, drop one back. Zamora, 6-footer, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Gives it off to Schneider and then into the hands of Sabre Purdue. 2 minutes left in the first half. Into the corner. States. Up top for Johnson. Going far side. Sabre Purdue looking on the baseline. Finds States in the corner. She'll get the screen from Purdue. Stop at the elbow. Kick one inside for Torres. Torres with the left blocked and pulled out of there by Tasha Sniff. Gives it off to Peyton Martin. Martin will settle it down with 1 minute and 30 seconds to play before we reach the break. Canfield looking into the high post. Zamora turns. Nothing there. Kick it far side. Martin, quick two. Off glass. Tough angle. Knocks it home. Her second field goal. Back to a 4-point game. 15-11. 1:15 to play. Purdue coming near side for Schneider. Looking for States. She'll step into the corner, get the ball, kick it back to Schneider. Johnson on the block, turn, bucket, and a foul. And by her reaction, I'd say it's Tacey Canfield. Nope, it's on Martin. Maybe. Unless Canfield was the one beaten to the spot. She'll check out. Johnson to the line for the and one. Missed her only two other attempts. Gets that one. And Wiley wants to employ some full court pressure. Get it into Idler. She's trapped. Loses it. And the under official and the far side disagree. Finally, now he says he pointed the wrong direction, meant to signal Wiley ball. It is Lady Panthers underneath, 58 seconds. Schneider kicking it into the corner. Purdue, three, short, rebound corralled by Perales. She loses it after Torres rolls up her leg, and again, they're going to give a jump ball here. McClave will get this one. Hustling a sub to the table. It'll be Bailey Dodson on the Wiley side. Tacey Canfield in place of Hillary Perales on the McClave side. Canfield flashes to the ball, hits one ahead for Idler. It's a 2-on-1. Drop it across. Sniff. Jumper. No. Off the glass. Rebound pulled down by Torres. Gave it off to Purdue. 40 seconds to play in the half. She'll bring it down near corner. States. Three. No. Torres able to corral it. Give it back to States. 28 seconds to play. Off to Dodson. Back to States. She'll bring it back up top. Hit it far side for Purdue. Johnson posting on that block. Got it off to Dodson. Back to Purdue. 15 seconds to play. States. Defended by Idler. Starts a drive. Cut off by Idler. Idler called for the foul. That'll be the second on Cammie. And see if they're saying 1-1 on, or the two-shot foul. Did not catch it. It's the bonus on the 8th team foul. State's 0 for 2 from the line. 4 points. Just under 8 seconds to go. No good on the front end. Turner for McClave. And States comes up from behind, steals it, firing. No good. And Johnson. And the far side official says out of her hand before the lights came on. And Coach Kylie Randall does not agree. She'll head to the locker room. Her team trailing 20-11.
Hey folks, there's still time to visit our...
We will step away after we remind you that today's action is presented by Viero. You can now talk and surf at the same time on their new 4G service. 4G is here and it's fast. With 4G coverage throughout southeast Colorado, they're your best option for cellular phone service. That's Viero Wireless at Viero.com. And also today's coverage of the regional basketball tournament is brought to you in part by Ace Tire Service. They're proud to support all the area teams in their quest for a state tournament bid. Jeff and the entire staff wish all the best to all area teams and remind you that Ace Tire is your tire and alignment headquarters in southeast Colorado. Ace Tire, specializing in all your tire and alignment needs. And we're about to get the second half underway here from Massari Arena. Excuse me, a bit of a frog in the throat here. We're here on the campus of CSU Pueblo. It'll be Wiley ball as we start the second half. They lead 20-11. They got that late tip in. The officials said right ahead of the halftime buzzer to get that 9-point edge. They have their starting five on the floor. States, Johnson, McDougal, Purdue, and Schneider. Purdue misses the jumper. McDougal came down with a rebound, stolen from her. Lead pass ahead for Turner. It's a 3-on-1. Drop it over Idler. And behind the play, McDougal is still on the floor. Coaching staff out to take a look at her, as well as I believe the trainer here for the Thunderwolves. They'll help her to her feet. Looks like she doesn't want to put a lot of weight down on that right ankle, but she is walking off under her own power. And we imagine probably see, yes, number 45, Amber Torres, into the lineup. So 20 seconds into the third quarter. And they'll take a look at McDougal on the bench. Looks like the trainer's there ready to tape the ankle up for her. States hits it far side for Purdue. Purdue back up to States, now to Schneider. She'll try a 16-footer on the near wing. Rebound pulled down. Canfield on the far side. Hit ahead for Turner. Turner draws a double. They step away. She'll lose it out of bounds off of one of the Wiley Lady Panthers. Lady Cards go with their same starting lineup as they began the contest with. Canfield, Martin, Turner, who tries the three straight away at Toilet Bulls, out. Martin offensive rebound, stick back, good. Also out there, Idler and Sniff. Far side, Schneider drops it into States, down to just a 5-point game. States inside, kick it out. Schneider gets it right back. She'll try to drive, kick into the corner. Purdue, long two, good. 7 for Sabra Purdue. That'll make the lead 7 points for the Lady Panthers. And States diving in there, forcing the tie-up. It'll be McClave ball on the far side with the possession arrow keeping it here. Taking a live look in at the 2A Girls Region 2 Championship game at Sterling. Akron in the third quarter. That shot by Turner blocked out of bounds. Akron leads Lyman 49-16. Oh, Lady Rams, defending state champs in 2A, looking like they're making their way back down here next week. It's a steal for Wiley. Akron ends up holding on. Only one piece of the puzzle remaining in 2A. We're about to find our last piece here for 1A. Wiley leading by 7, 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Johnson, she'll kick it into the far corner for Schneider. Up top, Purdue. Now to States between the circles. Trying to break down Idler on the dribble. Gets a screen from Johnson. Johnson slips to the basket. States will pop it to her in the corner. Skip it up for Torres. She'll drive, float one up from 10, and knock it home for her first points. Martin gets it back from Turner, gives it right back to her up top. Drive, kick, 3 for Martin. That's off the mark. Rebound inside, Canfield. And a scrum on the floor. arrow goes to Wiley. 5:21 left in the period. Hillary Perales coming in place of Sarah Turner on the McClave side. States will kick it back to Purdue and let her bring it up. Looking at the man defense. Picked up by Idler. Goes far side. Johnson, dribble exchange on the weave with Purdue. Now to States. States starts the drive, left hand, floats one up, foul by Perales on the baseline. States at the free throw line, 0 for 3 from the stripe, just 4 points in the contest. Gets the first one here. In 2A Region 7 at Frederick High School. They have to play tomorrow. The girls at 1 o'clock. Second free throw good as well. Or they're saying 11 o'clock. Highland and Yuma. Canfield loses it into the front court to Idler. She'll give it back to excuse me, Peyton Martin. Back between the circles to Sniff, whipping it around to Canfield. Canfield coming near side. Martin cut off by Johnson. Looking inside, has to flip it back out to Idler. Idler trying to break States down, spins, floater, she's fouled. So Idler will go to the free throw line for McClave. They trail by 11. That's the second on Terry Johnson. Largest deficit of the contest for the Lady Cards. Idler's first free throw is good. She opened the scoring for McClave by hitting a free throw. A 2-for-2 trip here. She's 3 out of 4 from the line, 5 points in the contest, and a 30-second timeout. Well, we'll see. The official, yes, we'll give Coach Randall a 30-second timeout. She had asked for it if the free throw went down. They didn't make the initial signal and then finally stopped the play. If this is the first game you've watched here, we began with the Grenada boys defeating Wiley to earn their spot at state. And then the Eads girls got past Centennial. Back on the boys' side, McClave handled Cheyenne Wells by a 61-39 score, I believe it was. Our previous girls' game was Kim coming back to defeat Kit Carson after trailing by 8 in the second half. And then our last boys' game was Holly defeating the top seed in the tournament, or the region, Levita. Wiley, the number 1 seed on the girls' side here. They're up by 9, 4 minutes left in the half. Tipped out of bounds by Cammie Idler, and I think Coach Dunning just not really happy with his team's execution right now. That's about the second time he's looked at him like he doesn't know exactly if they've even been listening to him. Torres fouled as she got the ball in the paint. Hillary Perales. They say Torres was going up with the shot, so she earns free throws. 2 points so far. No good on the first. Turner back in place of Sniff in the McClave lineup. Torres fires the second one up, and that one comes up short. Martin hustles in to get the rebound for McClave. Brings it to the near side. Double team comes and goes to the floor. Bounces one off of Lady Panther. Johnson comes up with it and is stripped on the layup attempt. Good hustle by McClave to save the layup. Purdue will have to inbound under the basket, get it into Schneider. Staggered double screen on the baseline. She gets it. Purdue will whip it far side. Johnson into Torres. Torres, the lefty hook, no good. Wanted to stay down but spit out at the last second, and Turner with the rebound for McClave. Hits a far side for Canfield. Back to Turner. Drive. Cut off. Kick it out to Martin. She'll come near side. Idler. Three blocked by Johnson. Johnson gets the ball and gives it off to States. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in this third quarter. Get near side for Torres. Flip inside. Purdue. Kick it out. Johnson trying a long two. Rebound careens to Perales. Handed it off to Canfield. Gave it off near side. Martin drive. Poked out by Johnson. Schneider collects it. Gives it off to Purdue. Purdue hits it near side for Johnson. Skip pass for Schneider. Looks at it. And Turner all over her. Drops it into Purdue. Purdue brings it back out to the perimeter. Into the far corner for States. Johnson into the post up. Torres. Knock loose. Comes out to Purdue. Kick it into the corner for Schneider. Flip it up for Johnson. Into the post. Layup. And the foul for Maggie Schneider. Her first points of the contest. A whole new squad set to check in for McClave. Parker, Zamora, Sniff. Keep looking here, see who else we have. Simons and Davis. Shelby Davis in for the first time. The and one for Schneider is good. 3-point play. Davis gives it back to Zamora. And the trap kicks it out of there. And they'll call the kick against Zamora. Wiley takes the ball underneath. 12-point lead. 2 minutes to play in the third period. Torres off the inbounds pass. Misses the little bucket. Kick out States. 3 seconds inside on Torres. One, 2-1-1 from Wiley. Tip pass ends up in the hands of Zamora. She'll dribble through and hit it ahead for Sniff. Had Davis alone inside. Couldn't get it to her quick enough. Simons gives it off to Zamora on the perimeter. She'll back it back between the circles. Spin on States. Kick it near side. Simons. Into the corner for Parker. Pass blocked out of bounds by Johnson. 1:30 to play. Akron and Lyman girls into the fourth quarter. Akron up 56-17. Pass inside, stolen by Purdue. She'll spin it down the far sideline, bring it back into the middle, kick it near side. Johnson, skip it for States. Toes on the line. It's a 2. And States with 8. Ball comes into Davis, gives it off near side. Sniffs down the near side, forces one ahead. Nobody back there but Torres. Wrong team, turnover. And it's a 5-for-5 switch once again. Canfield, Idler, Martin, Perales, and Turner. Sniff got just a little bit ahead of herself on that drive. Got herself into trouble. Had to just fling it down the court. Inside. Johnson and one. That is the third on Tacey Canfield. Johnson gets the free throw after missing her first two. She's made two straight, both two complete three-point plays. So working against the press. It's a block as Idler runs into Schneider. Second on Maggie Schneider. A tie up on the far side. Stays with McClave. Three out of the corner off the inbound. Turner, no good. Rebound. Offensive rebound for Idler. Kick it out to Martin. They back off. She'll fire the three and knock it home. 9 points for Peyton Martin. Back to a 14-point game. 15 seconds left in the period. Purdue kicks it far side. States down into the corner. Schneider, 10 seconds. Feed inside. Torres goes up with the lefty on the hook. No good. Rebound for Canfield. 3 seconds. Force one ahead. And goes to the fourth with the 14-point game. 34-20. Back in a minute here from Pueblo. Before we start the fourth quarter here, we remind you that today's coverage of the regional basketball tournament is brought to you in part by Ace Tire Service. They're proud to support all the area teams in their quest for a state tournament bid. Jeff and the entire staff wish all the best to all area teams and remind you that Ace Tire is your tire and alignment headquarters in Southeast Colorado. Ace Tire, specializing in all your tire and alignment needs. Wiley with the ball in the 14-point lead as we began the second half. Or the fourth quarter. And a tie-up, giving it right back to McClave. Martin brings it across for the Lady Cards. Drive, kick to Idler. Idler skip it inside. Took a little long on the pass. Canfield would have had an open look if the ball had got there with a little steam on it. Idler off the baseline, swatted by Johnson, saves it, and it goes right to Torres. We still haven't seen McDougal since she was brought off the floor, and I don't think we will. I look down and see she has ice on the ankle. Purdue kick it out for States. States 18-footer is good. Kim States warming up, pushing the lead to 16. She has 10. Johnson has 14. Rest of the team with 12. And a tie up on the near side. And that one will give it back to Wiley. Purdue looking at the clock, sees 7 minutes to play, gets the call from head coach Brian Dunning, kicks it into the corner for States. She'll drive up, hand it off on the weave to Purdue. Skip one for States into the corner. Johnson steps in. Two, no. Schneider, offensive rebound, put back, good. 5 for Maggie Schneider. And Lady Panthers pulling away with this one now, leading by 18. 90 seconds gone in the fourth. Martin hitting it down for Idler. Floats one off glass and the foul on Amber Torres. At the first foul on Amber Torres. The and one is good for Idler. Missed her first free throw and has made 4 straight. She has 8 in the contest. Purdue gives it off to Johnson. Johnson kicking it back to the far corner for Purdue. Looking up top. Gets a screen from Torres. Gives it off to State. Skip it near side. Johnson. Skip it right back to Purdue. Drive baseline. Kick out. And States took her eye off it for a second. Tracked it down. Gave it off to Johnson. Skipping it into the far corner for Purdue. Up top, States step in. 16-footer straight away is short. Martin with the rebound for McClave. She'll try to bring it down the near sideline. Offensive foul as she runs into Kim States at midcourt. It's the second on Peyton Martin. Team's 5th. Purdue spins, gets back to the middle of the floor, gives it off far side to Bailey Dodson, who just checked in. Dropping it into the corner. Skip pass from Johnson to States. States fires the 3. No good. She was knocked to the floor. And a rebound foul inside on Dodson. Into the middle of the floor for Turner. Tried to cross over in front of Schneider, and Schneider with the tie-up. Sarah Zamora back into the McClave lineup in place of Sarah Turner. Canfield hits it ahead for Tasha Sniff. Back to Canfield. Off to Martin. Martin will drive on the near side, kick it into the corner for Idler, and Idler loses it out of bounds. Purdue taking her time across the timeline. 3 minutes played, 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. States giving it off to Schneider. She'll back it out. Gives it off to States. Into the far side. Now Johnson, baseline jumper from 12. And a rebound foul on Sabra Purdue. That'll give it back to McClave. They trail by 15. Canfield through the defense, dropped one down inside. Peralez tied up, going up. Arrow goes away. Gives it to Wiley. States gives it off near side to Johnson. Trying to run the weave. Gives it to Dodson now. Dodson looking inside. Johnson flashed open. They couldn't get the ball to her. Goes all the way out to States at the top. Coming near side for Schneider. Up top for Purdue. States on the far side. Dodson in the far corner. Johnson will kick it back up top for Schneider. Under 4 to play. Give it to States on the near wing. Schneider on the far wing to Purdue. Burning clock with the 15-point lead. And Sniff reaching for the tie-up is called for the foul. It'll be her second. And we're going to get a timeout, full timeout by Wiley. Today's action is presented by Viero. You can now talk and surf at the same time on their new 4G service. 4G is here and it's fast. With 4G coverage throughout southeast Colorado, they're your best option for cellular phone service. That's Viero Wireless at viero.com. Wiley will have the ball when we come out of the timeout. Take one more look in at Sterling. Akron in front, 69-18. As a wind down in the fourth quarter there. So the last team, one spot remaining in the finals, the two teams fighting for it, will be Highland and Yuma, and this, they just went final at Sterling. Akron wins 69-18 as the teams are going through the line to shake hands. State's in the near corner. Dribbles out of there and takes it up top. 3.5 minutes to play. Pass nearly stolen by Canfield. Finally able to take it away, and then Sabra Purdue gives up a foul, her second. Peyton Martin hitting it ahead for Brianna Simons. Pass back to Martin was deflected by States, but still got there. Martin whips one back for Simons. She'll drive down the far sideline, kick it into the corner for Perales. Back around. Martin, she'll fire a three and knock it down again. She has a dozen. And that is the difference right now. 12-point lead. Under 3 to go. Wiley again content to run clock. Up 38-26, 2:45 left. Now Purdue goes far side for Schneider. Idler jumps in and gives up the foul. That'll be third personal on Cammie Idler. And the seventh team foul. So Maggie Schneider will shoot the 1-and-1. Will not get the bounce on this one. Simons with the rebound for the Lady Cards. They have 2.5 minutes to erase a 12-point deficit to keep their season alive. Idler tries to drive baseline, cut off, kick one back up for Simons. And throws one off the leg of States. 30-second timeout taken by Wiley. 2:22 on the clock. Right now, we're the only game available online through ColoradoPreps.tv with Akron and Lyman going final. We have 2:22 left on the clock here. And Martin will throw it into the backcourt for Simons, who brings it across the timeline. Feeds one in for the high post. Idler out of her reach and into the bench. It looks like Wiley is going to make it a 4-0 season series against McClave. As clock ticks down to 2 minutes. They still enjoy the 12-point lead. Working the offense. Skip one far side for Schneider. Zamora about to give up the foul, and Coach Dunning will meet his players 20 feet on the floor. Taking a 30-second timeout. just took a timeout to get execution. Didn't get it. Want to take this opportunity to thank Tournament Director Rick Lovato from Chirac for making sure we felt at home here at CSU Pueblo and Massari Arena. And also want to thank everyone who has joined us throughout the day. It's been a long day here. We started ours early this morning as we left northeast Colorado to come down, got ahead of the storm that has socked that area. Glad you've all let us be part of your Saturday. It's been a great afternoon and evening of basketball here from Pueblo. Johnson in the corner finds the cutter. Bailey Dodson scores the layup. There's the execution Coach Dunning was looking for. Puts it back to a 14-point edge. Martin drives. She's fouled. That'll be the 7th team foul. And Peyton Martin to the free throw line. Dodson second. Martin shoots the bonus. Hillary Perales comes back in place of Sarah Zamora. Martin becomes the first player for McClave other than Cammie Idler to shoot free throw, and she misses the front end. States with the rebound, gives it off to Johnson to Sabre Purdue. 1:20, Wind counting. States on the far side. We'll dribble it to the middle, kick it near side for Johnson. Had Dodson alone inside, didn't get it to her, decided to keep burning clock. Purdue, they'll give it back to Johnson. Down to 60 seconds left. Into the corner for Purdue. And Johnson. Skip it for Purdue. Down to 45 seconds remaining both in the contest and this season for McClave. They'll finish at 12-12. Again, as we said in pregame, when you look at the teams they lost to, better than what their record shows. McClave will just play straight up defense. 25 seconds to go. States on the far side. We'll pop Purdue up. And States takes it down the sideline. Kicks it back up for Schneider between the circles. 15 seconds. Johnson puts it on the floor to break the 5 count. Hands off to States. And States tries to dribble it out. Gets the separation needed. Drive, kick it into Dodson. Dodson will hold it for the final few seconds. And we've reached the conclusion of this contest. It's a 40-26 victory for Wiley as they become the 8th and final 1A girls team to qualify for next week's state tournament at Broomfield. Again, a big thank you to everyone who joined us today here on ColoradoPreps.tv from Massari Arena at CSU Pueblo. As the teams finish their congratulatory handshakes, they'll present the plaque for qualifying to the state tournament to Wiley. And as they'll take their pictures, we'll go ahead and call it a day in all 16 contests in 1A regional play were brought to you on ColoradoPreps.tv. I'm Kerry Sherman. I truly thank you for including us today. If you're on the road into either tonight or tomorrow, be safe. And we will hope to have you along with us at the state tournament there on Chassa.tv. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.